What's up, everybody? Geoff here with Out on That Line podcast with another edition of our singles series videos. Now it's March, we're a year into this pandemic, and people are feeling a little bit isolated, a little bit lonely, maybe even a little bit shut in. So what more appropriate song to go over this week than a song by one of my favorite bands, Strand of Oaks, Shut In. Now this is from the 2014 album Heal, and the way I found out about this one was just scrolling through Twitter, as I do, and one of my favorite bands has a guitar player that was pretty active on there, a band called The Sidekicks, and he had posted this song and just said something along the lines of, "This is so tight," something like that. And it was the Out of Town Films studio recording video of Shut In by Strand of Oaks, and I was immediately floored by this song. Lyrically was incredibly powerful. The guitar sound was just so pure. Just this black Telecaster that Tim Showalter, the man behind the Strand, was playing. Just this really great drum sound. It just was a very visceral sound in this video. It's just awesome. And the lyrics were something that struck me, as being very lyrically conscious when I listen to music. This song really, really stuck out to me. And in the first verse, you immediately get this sense that this song is about a real deep sense of loneliness and a real deep sense of just kind of not being able to figure out how to fix an issue that you're dealing with. In the first verse, we start right out, and he says, to go into the chorus, "So I just get loaded and never leave my house. It's taken way too long to figure this out." And those just stuck out to me immediately as just like, wow, this guy has got some heavy, heavy issues weighing on him. And really, who hasn't been at home, done a little bit too much thinking, maybe a little too much drinking, and ended up in this place where you can't figure out what's bothering you. So how could you possibly figure out how to fix it? It's just such a rut that you find yourself in. But then he gets into the chorus, and this is where things get a little bit more hopeful. He says, "It's not as bad as it seems, and we try in our own way to get better, even if we're alone." And I think that speaks to Tim's hopefulness. He does certainly have a lot of lyrics throughout his discography that you could consider depressing or sad, but at no point could you ever consider Tim anything less than an uplifting, hopeful kind of person. If you follow him on social media, he'll tweet out bands that he likes. He'll tweet out things that he just enjoys. And, there's I think a certain joy in being a fan of somebody like Tim Showalter. I've seen him several times. Incredible live musician. But his albums are just a really, really special experience for those of you that don't get a chance to see him live. And I especially recommend the album Heal because of this song, Shut In. And if you've ever felt like you have a problem that you can't figure out, like it's a personal issue that's holding you back from being part of the world, maybe this song can help jumpstart you a little bit, because in the second verse, he says, "I lose my faith in people. Why even take the time? You've got your problems. I've got mine." And if you can relate to something like that, things are probably looking a little down for you. But again, just go back to that chorus when he says, "It's not as bad as it seems." Because generally it's not. You can find your way out of this. And at the end of the song, when you've kind of just gotten through taking all these lyrics in, you get to the end where he just drops everything out. And it's just this beautiful little piano outro. And he says, "The night was cold and dark, but the sun was in my eyes." And this is, I think, that light at the end of the tunnel. This is what, kind of throughout all of Tim's music, this is the idea that he's getting at, is it may seem bad right now, but it can get better. And that's why this song is going to remain one of my favorites ever. And I think it's something that everybody should check out, especially if you're a lyrics guy like me. This one just hits on all cylinders. So that's it for this week with singles on From Out on That Line podcast. Please make sure you subscribe. Go follow us on all our socials. And until next time.